Khan. So first and foremost, I want to say call halal Yahweh by Shema Mashiach wa Malak Yahweh Shai. That's all praises, honor, and glory to the Most High God, who the world and to His only begotten Son, right through His only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Right. I want to say Shalom and Barakatah to the Akim wa Akwathium and the Banyam that's around the four corners of the earth, preaching and teaching this word and being obedient, right, to God's word. So I wanted to come up with this lesson, right, on service because I think, and it could be true, right? I think that a lot of people don't appreciate, being of service, right? But the most high want us to be of service to one another, right? He wants us to want to give more than we want to receive, right? And that's a hard pill for some people to swallow. A lot of times women, right, they want to be served instead of being of service, right? But when we look at our sisters, our ancient sisters in ancient time, they loved being of service and serving men, right? And the brotherhood, right? But nowadays you can't get them to make sandwiches to feed the poor, man, right? But we're going to go into it, man, just a little bit, right? It should be real quick. This is the book of Galatians, chapter 4 and verse number 12. I would they were even cut off which trouble you. So you're gonna have when you come into this Hebrew Israelite faith, right? You're gonna have some people that trouble you for your beliefs, man, but for your obedience to God and Hamashiach Yahushua, right? So, but this is the point. For brethren, ye have been called unto liberty, unto freedom. Only use not liberty for occasion to the flesh, but by love serve one another, right? So don't use your freedom, right, to do your self will, man. Make a whole lot of money. Only worry about you and your family, right? Make meals to pay the bills, whatever that is, right? But use your freedom, use your liberty to serve one another, right? Instead of worrying about serving you and your family, serve other people, man, right? Because that's what really counts. And verse 14, it says, for all the law is fulfilled in one word, even this, thou shalt love thy brother and sister, right? Thy neighbor as thyself, right? And how much you love yourself, that's how much you're supposed to love your neighbor, if not more, right? If you take care of yourself, you'll wash your feet, man. You should be able to wash your neighbor feet, man. If you will feed yourself, man, and give yourself drink, it should be a nothing, like it should feel like nothing to give that to your neighbor, man. Right? If you would give yourself $10, $15, right, you should be able to give your neighbor $10 or $15, man, and not be stingy. Right? And in these things, man, we serve each other, but really we being of service and we're being ministers, right, of the Most High. So I got this other one, right? This is First Peter chapter 4 and verse number 8. And above all things, have fervent charity, right? Charity, that word charity goes into love, right? When you look it up in the Strongs, right? Have fervent love among yourselves, for love, right? For charity shall cover the multitude of sins. For charity, love, right? Being of service, it covers a multitude of sins, man, right? But a lot of people could give a damn about covering sins because they're so worried about everything else, their own problems, right? You worried about your own woes of life instead of worrying about helping your brother and your sister out in their life with their woes and their troubles, right? The things that's destroying them and how you saying depreciating their spirit, man, knocking their spirit down. And instead of doing something for that brother or sister and building their spirit up, you allow them to stay knocked down, right? And we have to start preferring one another. But I'm gonna read on. It says, verse 9. This is First Peter 4 and 9. Use hospitality one to another without grudging, right? Do for your neighbor, man, without sighing and crying, man. Give a plate of food to your husband without huffing and puffing. Husband, give a plate of food to your wife, right, without huffing and puffing, man. Cook, right, for your family without huffing and puffing, man, right? Give your brother $30, $40 without huffing and puffing, man, right? Walk down the street with your wife and have a good conversation without grudging in the inside, man. Yeah, you did this to me yesterday. Yeah, you did that to me last week, right? Cause then you're not being of service, and your service is null and void, man. You ain't gonna get no reward for that, man. Right? We want to be able to appreciate and get all of our rewards that the Most High God stacked for us in heaven, man. Right? We don't want the work that we do to be for naught, man. Right? And we absolutely have to make sure that our mind, our thoughts in our mind and our actions is outweighing our old thoughts and our old actions, because we get judged on all of that, right? So be of service, man. Don't do it grudgingly. Verse 9 again. Use hospitality, right? Be caring, be nurturous, right? One to another without grudging. As every man has received a gift, even so minister, serve the same one to another as good stewards. What is a steward? A lordship, or a person that help you get to where you're going, right? Steward, somebody that studies the law to make sure they're able to teach it in a manner that helps somebody else. As good stewards, right? Somebody that guards, right? It says that safeguards, right? A steward is somebody who, when you go into a plane, right, you have a steward, right? That person gives you access to something. Same thing with teachers of the Hamashiach's word, right? They give you access to freedom, access to salvation, access to wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. As good stewards of the manifold grace of God. And when it says grace, that's a gift, man. Right? We're stewards of the gift of God. We're learning and perfecting the gift of God, man. Right? And all of us has a gift inside of us that the Most High put there, man. Right? But all of our gift, right, could be stewardship, man. I mean, service, man. Right? Being of service, man. Right? That's all of our gift, man, is to serve one another, man. That's a gift straight from the Most High. So look, I'm gonna go into Romans. This is the book of Romans, chapter 12, and verse number 1. This is a beautiful chapter. I express and I tell all of you, man, to go read this chapter. It's very beautiful, right? This is the book of Romans, chapter 12, and verse 1. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, right, and sisterin, by the mercies of Yahweh, that ye present your bodies as a living sacrifice, that ye present your body a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable unto Yahweh, which is your reasonable service, man. Right? It's your reasonable service to deny you and put somebody else in front of you, man. Right? That's of your nation. Right? We ain't doing this for all nations, man. We're doing this for our nation. Right? So make sure you deny you, man, and put your brother before you, man. Make yourself uncomfortable to make your brother or sister more comfortable, man. Right? And everybody's so self-serving in this world right now through propaganda, dogma, the television, media. Everybody's so damn selfish, man, that people don't even understand how to prefer themselves less and put somebody above them, man. Right? Because it's me, me, me. If I don't do good for myself, I ain't gonna be able to do good for nobody else. Yeah, that's kind of true, but it's also false, right? Because you could do good to somebody else and heal yourself, right? There's science behind this, man. That it's a chemical, it's a different chemical that helps heal you when you do something good for somebody else than if you don't, right? So we might as well heal ourselves in the process of healing somebody else, man. Right? Instead of being so damn selfish, right? And a lot of this, man, is on you selfish as women out there, right? But you brothers, y'all ain't too much far from them, man. Because all you worried about is you. You want another wife, you want another sister, right? You want to start courting, you want the next best thing because you feeling hot in the pants, man, right? And you think you got all the sauce, man, right? And then you end up losing something good for you because you didn't respect the time it took to build up that woman, man, right? So this is also what it says. That's our reasonable service, right? Is to present ourselves a living sacrifice, meaning not blameless, set apart, acceptable unto the Most High God, which is your reasonable service. Verse 2, and be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed, right? Don't be conformed, don't be like the world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good, right? To K.O.Y, that good and acceptable, perfect will of God. And what's God will for humans, right? Let alone just the Israelites. His will is for us to obey his commandments, because everything goes well when we obey his commandments. The whole world prospers when everybody obeys the commandments of the Most High, right? Because the water is now clean, right? You could damn near drink out of any water besides salt water. If you leave the animals in there that's supposed to clean the water, right? Then the land is clean because you don't have plastic bottles. Nowhere in the Bible you hear plastic, right? You don't have plastic bottles no more that's contaminating the whole damn earth, right? Then you using glass bottles again, you using clay pots, right? You using metal pans, right? And wood plates and spoons and stuff like that, man. So the whole world becomes better, right? When we follow the commandments of the Most High, the whole world heals, man, right? And when a man cutteth down a tree, man, another tree grows, right? So the more that we cut down all this false doctrine, right? And the more that we cut down the not keeping of the commandments of the Most High, right? When we start to cut the bad habits and replace them with good habits, we spring forth more trees, man, more good fruit, man, and we're able to tell more of the good news, right? And with that, man, I want to tell y'all, Baba Kusha, man, please be of service, man. Stop being so selfish. Prefer one another more than yourself. Matter of fact, let me get that precept right quick, because it's one of my favorites. I'm gonna get that precept right quick. And then I'm gonna end off. Well, let's get Hebrews chapter 6 first, and then I'll get that precept, right? Hebrews chapter 6 and verse number 9. But beloved, we are persuaded better things of you, and things that accompany salvation through Salakia, though we thus speak. Right? So right now, bro, I'm speaking, and brother and sister, I'm speaking of salvation and the ways of salvation. Right? And I'm trying to persuade you to go in that way. And the only way to really get salvation is to be like a sheep. Be more of service and be more ready to give, right, than to receive, man. Right? And then it says what? Because when you think of a sheep, man, I'm gonna keep on going in on this. They give wool every 6 months, man, to be able to make clothing, man. And then they give more sheep because they make babies, right? And then they give clothing because of their skin, right? And then they give meat, right? And the only thing that we give them that they receive is grass that God gave us, right? So remember that. Try to keep that in your mind. For God is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love, right? So God is not going to forget our labor of love and our work that we do one towards another. So if you have to loose your pockets for your brother and sister, do just that, because Yahweh is not forgetting our labor of love. And we need to labor in love, man. And stop laboring grudgingly, man, like the last verse said, man. I believe that was 1 Peter chapter 4, man. Right? We need to not be so damn mad to serve, man. A woman just throw your plate on the table, man. Right? And slide the glass of wine to you to where it spill off all on the damn table. Right? No, man, sit it down, man. Have a smile, man, like a damn waitress that's about to get paid $100 tip, man. Right? Serve with joy, man. Serve with love, man, and stop serving grudgingly, man. Right? I know a brother, man, that struggle with that a little bit sometimes. Right? But this is what the Lord said, right, through our beloved brother Paul. It says, "For God is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love, which ye have showed toward his name, in that ye ministered, served to the saints, and do minister and do be of service," right? And we desire that every one of you do show the same diligent. Be diligent in serving one another, man. Right? Be diligent on asking a brother, "Hey, man, you need a water." Be diligent on saying, "Hey, brother, I know you drive every week. to go to camp. You need some gas money. You need some oil, right? Hey, brother, I know, right, that you always come out here and buy the drinks, right, for everybody at camp. Let me do that this time, right? Let me carry something. Can I hold something for you, brother, right, to help your walk to camp, man, right? We need to serve with all diligence, man. And verse 11, and we desire that every one of you do show the same diligence to fulfill, Salaki, to full assurance of hope unto the end. So we do for one another in love because of hope at the end, man, right? Because that's how we're going to get our salvation. That's why the first precept said what? But beloved, we are persuaded better things of you and things that accompany salvation. These things accompany salvation. Right? Verse 11. And we desire that every one of you do show the same diligence to the full assurance of hope unto the end. And the end we get salvation, Israel. Right? Verse 12. That ye be not slothful. Right? You don't sit like the Bible tells us, right? I forget where it's at. I think it's in Sirach, right? It tells us when you add a banquet, right, or if you add a holy gathering, and the table need to be the person setting the table and moving the chairs and wiping off stuff and stuff like that. You don't be the first one to eat, man. You don't be the first one to sit down, man. You ask that person, you ask that brother or sister, do they need help with anything? You need me to wash some dishes? You need me to sweep them out the floor? Right before we eat, what you need from me, brother, right? Don't be the first one to eat, man, and be the last one, right, to leave out that house without that house being clean, right? That's how you show that you of service, man. Verse 12, right? Hebrews 6 and 12, that ye be not slothful, but be followers of them who through faith and patience inherit the promises. So through faith, we work out our salvation in love, charity, covereth a multitude of sin, right? And I'm gonna get this last precept, and then I'm gonna get on off of here, man. You know, it's my lunch break. Try to get up off of here, man, real soon, right? So this is the book of Philippians, chapter 2 and verse number 1. If there be therefore any consolation in Christ, if any comfort of love, if any fellowship of the Spirit, right? So the Spirit is supposed to be fellowshipping with one another, serving one another, right? That's another term for fellowship, is serving in a group, right? It says, if any bowels of mercy, right? If any bowels, insides of mercy, fulfill ye my joy, right? This is Paul's joy, right? Which trickles down from Yahweh Shah. Fulfill ye my joy, that ye be like-minded, having the same love, being of one accord, of one mind, right? This is how all of us become one, man. This is how you and your women become one, as you being a husband of multiple women or one woman. This is how y'all become one, is by being of one mind, right? You could be one with a multitude of people. Christ is one with the Father, the Spirit, and us. So we all are one, right? So that's a knock on the Trinity doctrine. But here we go. It says, one accord of one mind, let nothing be done through strife or vainglory. Don't help a brother through strife, or just a way to say, here, brother, you know what I mean? You know, I did that for you that day. You feel me? Yeah, that's just because that's what I do, right? Don't be that brother, man, right? It says, let nothing be done through strife or vainglory, but in lowliness of mind, let each esteem other better than themselves. Right? So we each gotta esteem one another better than ourselves, man. It's a hard thing to do. I crap you not, right? I'm gonna watch my language. I crap you not, bro. I'm not lying to you. It's one of the hardest things to do, but once you constantly practice it, it's the easiest thing in the world to love somebody else, right? And as Israelites, man, we need to learn how to practice this some more. We'll watch what we say, how we say it, watch how we treat one another, give without asking nothing back, right? And be of service without a grudge, without a problem, right? And with that, I want to say shalom to all the family. right? Kwame Ashala, that's Rise Israel, right? Because a lot of us, we still sleep even though we woke, man, right? Be of service for, to one another. Shalom, family.